Hey everybody, it's Mr. Shore giving you a quick lesson in figurative language. There are 5 types of figurative language we're going to talk about today. And what is figurative language? Well, as we see here, figurative language is language you should not take literally. What does that mean? What does literally mean? Good thing you asked. Literal versus figurative. Okay, so when something is literal, it means exactly what it says. We have here, this bag is really heavy. That means it's really heavy. Literal is the dictionary definition. You mean what you say. When something is figurative, it uses a comparison and exaggeration. You shouldn't take it word for word. It's a bit of poetic language. Okay? Instead of saying this bag is really heavy, we could say the bag is breaking my back. Now, when you're carrying that bag, is it really breaking your back? No. But it's emphasizing just how heavy that bag is. So, of the 5, we're going to start with hyperbole. A hyperbole is a figure of speech that includes an exaggeration which couldn't possibly happen in real life. Sometimes a hyperbole also compares two things, but the exaggeration is what distinguishes it from other parts of speech. Okay, so we have here this globe. I know you've waited a million light years to learn about hyperboles. A million light years. Do you know how long that is? There's no way you're waiting that long. What are we actually saying? We're saying you're waiting a really long time. It would be similar to saying this homework is going to take me forever. No, the homework is not going to take you forever. It's not going to take you the length of your entire life. It's just going to take a long time. Okay? So that exaggeration. A lot of times when you see things like all the time, everybody, those are going to be some indicators that we might have a hyperbole on our hands. Next, we have personification. Personification is the act of giving human traits, qualities, or actions to objects, concepts, or animals. People use personification in their writing to make it come alive. Giving human qualities to objects, concepts, or animals creates an emotional reaction in readers. An emotional reaction will make the reader care about what they are reading. When someone cares about what they are reading, they want to read more. Okay? The most common example of personification is an animal talking. You know, you guys watch Finding Nemo, you've got fish talking. You guys watch Cars, you've got automobiles talking. Right? Those are non-humans that are displaying human traits. Talking is a human trait. Now, a lot of times in class, somebody will say, but Mr. Shore, animals do talk. And I have to ask them what they mean. And they say, well, dogs. My dog barks. Barking is not talking. Barking is communicating. It's how dogs communicate, but they're not talking. They're not speaking words. Okay? So it is non humans doing human things. The reason why I don't like to say non living things, because you can have a plant do human things. And a plant is a human, but it's also living. Okay? For example, while animals talking is the most obvious example, as 8th graders, you guys are going to be seeing a lot other types of personification, such as the tree danced in the wind. Now, trees don't have feet, they don't have hips, they can't move. So when we say the tree is dancing in the wind, what we're saying is that the tree is moving rather rhythmically, seeming like it's dancing. It's not actually dancing, but it looks like it is. Now we have everybody's favorite similes and metaphors. We need to split these up. What is a metaphor? A metaphor is a figure of speech that says one thing is the same as something else. My brother is a pig. We use is or are or was or were. Now, is your brother really a tiny little pink animal with a curly tail and a snout? No. What are you saying about your brother? Well, what do you know about pigs? They are often messy. They can be dirty. They roll around in the mud. So if you're saying my brother is a pig, what you're saying is my brother is messy. Okay, what is a simile? Simile is a type of metaphor where two things are compared using the word like or as. Okay, now you guys know to look for like or as. Don't just assume because the word like is in a sentence that it's a simile. If you see the sentence, I like pizza, like is in the sentence, but we're not comparing anything. Okay, it needs to be a comparison. Finally, we have idioms. Idiom is a figure of speech. They're expressions that mean something completely different than the words in the phrase might indicate. Again, you don't want to take it literally. Different idioms mean different things and can't be understood by looking in a dictionary. Learning English spoken idioms can be done by paying attention to context clues when they occur and by learning what they mean. So, a lot of idioms are going to be phrases that, when you think about the words, they don't quite make sense together, but in the context that they're spoken, they have a secret saying, a secret meaning. For example, easy as a piece of cake. Well, I don't know how a piece of cake can be easy, okay? But what that means is something is easy, okay? It's raining cats and dogs. Cats and dogs obviously aren't falling from the sky. What we really just mean is that it's raining really heavily. So again, here are your different types of figurative language. Okay, if you want to take a guess at what these are, a figure of speech that uses like or as to make a comparison between two unlike things or ideas. You're right, that's a simile. Figure of speech in which something is described as though it were something else. The comparison between two unlike things without using like or as. Yes, definitely a metaphor. Type of figurative language in which a writer uses an extreme exaggeration. That's a hyperbole. Type of figurative language in which a non-human subject is given human characteristics. Personification. And again, with personification, look at how it starts. Person. That's when you're giving something qualities that a person has. And finally, an expression whose meaning cannot be inferred from the meanings of the words that make it up. For example, kick the bucket means to die. Exactly, that's an idiom. So we have this poem, Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. Take a look at that poem. What types of figurative language do you see? Take a look at for if dreams die, life is a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Okay, if you look at for if dreams die, that's personification. Dreams are a concept, they're a thing, they're not human. And if they're not human, if they're a concept, then how can they be living or dead? So if a dream dies, that's personification. Life is a broken winged bird. It's a metaphor. We're comparing life to a broken winged bird. And what do you know that a broken winged bird can't do? It can't fly. How does that make the bird's life? Probably pretty hard. So if you let your dreams die, then life is going to be like a broken winged bird. If you let your dreams die, if your dreams are no longer something that you have, then life is going to be pretty hard. It's not going to be as freeing as if the bird had fixed wings. All right. When dreams go, again, just like dying, they can't go anywhere. They don't have legs. They're a thing. Life is a barren field is again a metaphor, comparing life to a barren field. Barren field. Barren means it's empty. Okay? So if it's empty, and if your dreams are no longer there, your life is going to be empty. So that's figurative language. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me.